Hi there, welcome to the channel. Last week I put up a video comparing a AI program, which was AI Arty, to various other programs that are available on the market. And I got a couple of people who messaged me about the DxO PureRAW DeepPRIME 3 that I used. And not everybody's that familiar with it. So what I thought I would do, I would dive a little bit deeper. I grabbed some images and I threw them into PureRAW 5 and I'm going to put them through their paces. So let's jump over and have a look. So I'm in the deck for DxO PureRAW 5 and it looks quite empty apart from the images that I've put on here, and that's just the way that it kind of works. So you need to add the images in and then process them. So what I'm going to do is you just click on add and you can add in whatever images that you want. So I'm just going to add that one, and you can see that I've got other images that I've loaded up. I just thought it'd be quicker to load them up. Then what I need to do is click on process with preview. Now you can just process if you want, but I want to process with a preview. So that's going to just run through its little paces and go through. Now once you are in here and you've got your images loaded up, let's have a look at this one first. You can, of course, you can do top and bottom, toggle your film strip, you've got side-by-side comparison, you can zoom in, zoom out, etc. You can just use your mouse and go that way as well. Now, this one was shot at a higher ISO, so there is a bit of grain because it was a little bit on the dark side, and hopefully you can see the comparison with the noise before and after. So going into the program itself, so you've got denoising and demosaicing, and there's a little question mark there. You can drop there, and which option should I choose? So it goes through the differences between DeepPRIME 3 and DeepPRIME XD2. So there's a couple of different options there, but let's have a little look at DeepPRIME 3. Now it gives you the original raw image and DeepPRIME 3 processed image. So you can see where it has done quite a bit. Now you can play with some settings here, so you can force the detail. Let's put a little bit more detail back in. You can drop your luminance if you wish to. You can also play with the intensity, so you can bring your intensity up or down. And you've also got some presets, so you can go to soft, which has your intensity already set at 75. You've then got standard, strong, hard, and then you can do your custom ones. So from there, what you will do is you have also got, you can do local adjustments and your output settings. So from here, once you have gone through, so remember, this is not an editing program. This is literally just a cleanup program to remove noise, add some sharpness, things like that. So let's have a little look at a couple of others. So this was a high ISO. This is another interesting image. So this was an IR long exposure image that I took. Now, if I zoom in, there's actually some bright pixels that you can see on the image itself, which are from the sensor. I was doing long exposures and I was doing multiple attempts and my sensor was heating up. So I've got these little bright spots. So coming in with DeepPRIME 3 has not only removed the noise that was there, but also that sensor noise as well. So using DeepPRIME 3 can be a really, really good product to use. Here's another one. So this is a bumblebee, And again, this was captured at a higher ISO. I think it was about 640 again. If I zoom in, there's a little bit of noise, not a lot, but I can improve the sharpness on him. I can come in, I can pick standard, strong, etc. So you can really sort of beef up the details in there. That's just another bumblebee again. Zooming in. Let's go for hard. And that has brought up quite a lot of detail there. Let's go for another one. So this is a sea lion. Wasn't overly, I mean, again, probably at 640. I do use ISO 640 a lot. I'm not terrified of it at all. So you've got the before and the after, and I've put this on hard. If I go back to soft, it's still grabbing some of the details and removing the noise, but I would probably go to something like strong on this one. And if you think that it's too hard, you can always just pull it back and do your own custom settings. So on animals, I found it to be very good in picking up fur and feathers and doing an excellent job. I mean, just look at those cute little whiskers. So much detail in the eye. You can clearly see the reflection of the tree behind me. It's just fantastic. So this is another one I took in a really dark room. I think I had the flash on, but it was still a little bit noisy, a little bit grainy. And you can see where the text was a little bit soft. If I go into hard, then it picks up the text much better, gives me more detail to work with. Even this little sticker here, which was not in focus, it's just made it a little bit easier to pick up. So whether you've got high ISO or you want to sharpen your images and bring in more detail, if you've got a hot sensor from long exposures, it's really good for picking up those details. This is another one. This was inside a room. Again, lots of noise. I don't know if you can see that, but this is going in quite close. So there's the noise, and this is just on soft. There's the noise there, and here's the image without noise. So it can make quite a difference to your image. So from here, if you go to process now, it will process your images, and it does take a little bit of time. It tells you that it's processing 0 of however many images. Okay, so once it's finished, it then comes up and says, what do you want to do? So you can export it directly into Lightroom Classic, and it's got also export the original files. You can go into Photoshop, or you can select the software of your choice. So if you go into either Lightroom or Photoshop, and then you can continue editing your images as you wish. Of course, you could probably batch edit this, or you can just do one at a time. So there's not a lot to go into with this particular program. You can add photos to your Lightbox, or you could add all photos from a folder. So like I said, you can do like a batch edit and process them with preview, play with your settings, and then process the images. Once they've been processed, then you can export them into whatever program you want. So I hope you found this video helpful. I will put a link down below for DxO PureRAW, and of course I have a affiliate discount code, so look for that down below. What do you use to denoise and to sharpen your images, perhaps drop that in the comment below as well. I find that using PureRAW really can speed up my workflow, and I find it does a really good job of denoising my images without giving them that over crunchy look that you might get in some of the other programs that are out there. I think for my money it still does a better job than Lightroom denoise, but I guess it's just one of those things. There's only so many programs that you can load up and use, and they all cost money. But I really think if you're looking for something a little bit more intuitive than Lightroom denoise or whatever, then I think that PureRAW is actually a really great product to use, especially if you are using higher ISO. So if you're using it for astro or nighttime photography or low light photography, anything like that, I find that PureRAW is an excellent program. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you next time on YouTube. Bye.